So I don't know about you, but I'm freezing my ass off. Happened to look at my phone before starting this video report. It says it's 12 degrees here in suburban Philadelphia. I had to fly back to the East Coast here to my other house. And over the course of the night, I've just gotten done working the past 8 hours. I know it was a heck of a lot colder, and I don't know why the hell I'm here. I hope it's a little warmer where you are. But hey, anyway, I've got some college complimentary plays for you. First, I want to just briefly talk about the XFL. Returned last week. It'll be very interesting to see how the TV ratings hold up and compared to week one. Because listen, week one is for all the curiosity seekers. And I thought 2 of the 4 games were actually very entertaining. One was a dud. The other one was so-so. But you had the power of the networks. I mean, these games weren't like the AAF league last year where you had to look all over on your dial to find them on the CBS Sports Network that nobody seemingly has. I mean, these games were on ABC, ESPN, and Fox, okay? But again, the telltale sign for these startup networks always will be the comparison TV ratings to see the drop-offs, how significant they will be, and they will drop off between weeks 2 and 3 versus week number 1. But the bottom line is this, in terms of gambling, which they're pushing because these guys aren't dummies, us gamblers, it's a 50-50 betting proposition, and you can make money in these leagues. Listen, guys, I remember the USFL back in the early 80s. My God, I loved betting, and I made so much money back in the days of the Philadelphia Stars and the Michigan Panthers, I think it was. Bobby Hebert was the quarterback. It's funny, I was driving through Biloxi, Mississippi, down through New Orleans and Louisiana right after the Clemson-LSU National Championship game, and all I heard was Bobby Hebert doing commercials on the Louisiana stations. And I thought, my God, you made me a lot of money, Bobby. But and then the original incarnation of the XFL, I thought it was too hokey and too wrestling based. The quality of play wasn't good, but let me tell you, Tommy Maddox and the LA Express back then made me a fortune. And this particular league, people say, hey, it's not good quality football. Well, yeah, it's not the NFL. It's not college football. But listen, to give you the analogy, the XFL, it's like a cover band. There's a zillion cover bands out there. There's cover bands for Motley Crue, The Stones, The Who, Kiss, whatever. There's a zillion out there. And you go sometimes to see the cover bands because you can't afford the tickets to see the real bands. The real bands aren't touring, or they're not in your areas for one reason or another. You go see the cover bands, right? Then sometimes you go see the cover bands because, listen, if you want to go see the Beatles, guess what? You're out of luck. So you take the next best thing. That's the cover band. Guess what? The XFL, they're cover bands. Because you want NFL football, you want college football, you want to see that SEC showdown, you're out of luck. It ain't coming around till the end of August, beginning of September. So that placenta, it's going to be the XFL if you're a football fan. They're a cover band, and they fill a little gap for those of you that want to sit back on a Saturday and aren't really interested in watching Northern Illinois play or Northern Iowa or the latest meaningless SEC or Big Ten game. Because let's face it, in this month of February, as gamblers, we can all make money. But do you really care about these games? I mean, what? There's going to be 17 college games when I turn on my TV today, and none of them mean anything in reality until we get to March Madness. So we watch a little football, and we bet on it, and we make some money. Let's talk about your college complimentary plays today. First one on this card, I'm going to take Creighton at home, minus the 9 points against DePaul. Blue Jays returning back to Omaha after a huge road win. As a 5.5-point underdog, they knocked off the number 1 team in the Big East. That was Seton Hall a couple of nights ago. Now they've won 6 out of 7. They are 13-1 at home. They're hosting DePaul. They're a 9-point chalk. They won at DePaul by 15 points back on January 22nd. DePaul comes in here having lost 6 in a row, 10 out of 11. DePaul has been very competitive on the Big East road this year. They've lost every single game, but they lost by 7 at St. John's. They lost by 4 at Villanova. They lost by 7 at Seton Hall, by 4 at Marquette, by 4 again in their most recent loss of last Saturday at Georgetown, 76-72. But how many times have you seen a team that has been ultra competitive in road losses finally reach that point in the season where they just get destroyed? I think that's DePaul's fate tonight. Now, it's a hunch, just based on the accumulation of knowledge that I've had over the years and that sense of just thinking that I think DePaul gets destroyed here tonight. I think Seton Hall, though, of course, is somewhat of a disadvantage as I play devil's advocate, having played just a few nights ago where DePaul has been idle since last Saturday. They're going to play small ball. DePaul is going to be much more physical and much bigger. DePaul was without one of its big players, their starting center, in the first matchup when they lost by 15 at home, and they still own the boards. But this Creighton team is damn tough, especially at home. So I'm willing to lay the 9 points in this one. Your next game, here's a team that I was not really aware of until I really got down and handicapped their card today. North Texas, playing at home, minus 7.5 points against Old Dominion. This is a North Texas team that has won 11 of its last 12 games. A North Texas team that is 11-2 at home this year. And during its current 9-game home winning streak, it's outscored its competition by an average of almost 21 points a game during that 9-game home winning streak. It's hosting an Old Dominion team that's 3-8 on the road. Now, Old Dominion is the defending Conference USA champs, but they're struggling this year. An Old Dominion team, again, 3-8 on the road. North Texas, a team that is number 9 in the nation in field goal percentage, hitting at a 48.7% clip. And this is the thing that really got me on North Texas today. North Texas has never beaten Old Dominion. I think 0-9 lifetime. Got to take the mean green today. I'm going to go with North Texas. Love them in this spot. A team that I've been playing here of late, Colorado State. Did they cost me the other night against Utah State? They have. They did. But listen, they have won 7 of their last 9 games. The only 2 games they lost in that stretch, both against Utah State. Today, they're in Wyoming. They beat the hell out of Wyoming the first time they played them because they rebounded the ball so well. They are an extremely good rebounding team. They should dominate the boards against this Wyoming team that is lackluster, to say the least. So I have no qualms with laying the 10 points with the Rams in that spot. Let me backtrack one moment here as well. Going back to that Old Dominion team, by the way, they are also a short-handed team, as they've got a couple of injuries as well. They had a couple of starters leave the team mid-season and transfer. They lost one of their starting swingman as well to a knee injury in late January. So that is a depleted Old Dominion team that's going to be playing North Texas. Now, let me return to Wyoming for a second. Wyoming's starting center has mono. He's missed the last 2 games. So a team that doesn't have significant size could be without its starting center. Not that he's a great rebounder, okay? He only averages about 4.5 boards a game. But a team that starts 4 guards as it is going to have problems keeping up with the Rams on the board in that one. So your complimentary plays today, Creighton, North Texas, they would be my top 2. Colorado State right there. And the only reason I'm downgrading Colorado State just a little bit is because they are a 10-point favorite in this one. And you have to also consider that Colorado State had so much riding with that game against Utah State, playing in revenge the other night. And it's just a tough spot for the Rams in this border war to get back up and cover this big number. So that's why I would just put them on that second tier. That's it. Good luck, and I'll talk to you again tomorrow. Bye, guys.